Let's do an episode about Easter. What if they did Easter for an episode?
How about now?
Stop fucking it up, Judy! Action!
I love your intro, especially with the bleeps, by the way. Welcome back to Coming This Summer. Oh, we're right in with the dancing. We're talking something that did not need to get made again.
No.
The Santa Clauses.
Season 2.
E in parentheses, S in parentheses, because we just keep adding things.
Season 2. If you thought Season 1 was bad.
I refuse. We talked about this in the trailer. I refuse to believe that this was filmed later. I refuse to believe that
they said it's filmed later.
I don't believe it.
It's impossible that it's filmed later.
It's
impossible. This was filmed right after the first season was done.
It was filmed the entire day.
But the second season wasn't greenlit, I don't think. So it's like until after the first season aired.
I think that was a technicality. I think we knew.
All right.
I think they didn't want to give people too much too soon.
Do you think we'll get right out the gate? Do you think we'll get a season 3?
I do.
What?
I
thought, but they kind of end it though.
They kind of do, but let's get into it.
You're
before
right.
We go right into spoilers.
The Santa Clauses. In the first season, we'll do a quick little recap if you haven't seen it. Scott Calvin, Santa Claus, Tim Allen, is over being Santa.
He's turning 64, which, no, in real life, he's like turning
So he's been
70.
Santa for 20 years?
30 years.
30 years. Okay. This is setting up the entire plot, by the way. He's been Santa for 30 years. Ho, ho, ho. Yeehaw, I love my job, he says.
By the way, he spent the first 3 movies doing all he could to not lose. Every time he thought, maybe I don't want to do this, that was the plot of the movie. And he's like, I'm stupid. Of course I want to do this.
Of course I have to do this.
And this starts off with, I don't know if I want to do this again anymore.
That's the first season. And then we do the first season. He's like, nah,
I definitely want to do
I'm going to
this.
be Santa. And then season 2 starts.
I think I'm ready to retire again.
Cal, son, we're going to train you to be Santa. Yeah,
that kid.
I hate that kid. Both the kids are not great, especially in this season, man. They were fine in season 1, but they definitely get a lot more screen time in this season.
Yeah,
and
they
it is
weren't
not
strong.
good.
The elves are better, and that says a lot of
things. The elves
things.
are better. Betty and Noel are the 2 best characters
Betty's
of the
great.
entire show.
She single-handedly saves the show.
Betty is written out of season 2 in the first episode. Why? Why would you write out your best character in episode 1 only to come back for the finale? Wow, dude.
And you know
way to
what's funny?
ruin your show.
I like to once I watch something and I get that feeling, like here's what I think of it, right? In your head, like here's the score I'm giving it, probably here's how I feel about it. I like to go look at what other, Screen Rants and Loopers and the other people and see what they say. And I'm expecting vicious,
visceral
destruction.
details, yeah.
And apparently we are the Grinch. Because Screen Rant had something like, can't believe they did it again. Santa Claus's proofs are still magic left in the North Pole for Disney's. I'm like, are we
watch
watching
the same thing?
Same show?
Did we watch Screen Rant got a special cut so they could give it a good review, I think. Yeah. They accidentally watched the first movie that was cut up into 6 episodes and they're like, this is fucking great.
My children's 83-year-old great-grandfather asked me as I saw him the other day and goes, you watching the Santa Claus thing, the season 2?
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, it's pretty bad. He's like, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
He's watching it?
Because he likes Christmas stuff.
Oh,
and he's like
okay.
trying to watch
Sure,
it with the
sure,
kids.
sure,
He's
sure.
like, what is this?
It's
'Cause he even
horrible,
said the
guys.
first season's okay. Like that's why I feel like everybody was kind of like, yeah, all right, cool. We
The
got one
first-
more little
Yeah.
time with
I
them.
thought the first season was not great. I didn't like
comparatively now.
comparatively. It's a masterpiece.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It must be played every Christmas compared.
It must
to
be played every Christmas. Why they did a season 2? What warranted a season 2? I have no idea.
Especially because in spoilers, because this is garbage. I don't have.
It's
much respect
garbage.
For this. They're right back to where they were at the beginning of the first season. They spent 2 seasons to do 2 laps to take you to the same place twice.
Same place twice. Literally.
Twice.
Why did I watch this?
What was it for?
Why did I watch this?
To introduce us to new characters that they can try to spin shows off and sell merchandise. That has to be the only reason. There's no other explanation. Because this thing ends with like, I think I'll continue to be Santa, but I'm not sure who's gonna take over. That's why there's gonna be a season 3. They have to. They're gonna have to have one more season because we don't have which doesn't make any sense because when they do the Yuleverse thing in the first season, they kind of imply that like you're Santa for a long time until like you're really ready to not be Santa.
Every other Santa has been Santa
like hundreds of years.
for That's hundreds and thousands of years.
Only like 10 Santas, so why are you out in 30 years? What is that about?
30 years I'm done because he's the first human at the North Pole.
True.
Right?
But still.
So I'll give it credit. because that's true. He is the first
But isn't
human.
kinda, like none of the elves age, so you think there'd be some kind of
Magic?
for him too?
Yeah, Santa has all-powerful magic, squeezes into chimneys, knows what everybody wants, but he still ages if he's human. Kind of dog shit. That wasn't in the contract. Then he can get out because that wasn't in the
that's not
fine print
fair.
or anything. Yeah, he
Yeah.
goes, no, I didn't sign up for that.
See, I like Christmas Chronicles' explanation is there's no aging period at the North Pole, and he only ages the one day a year
When he leaves.
which is why he's so old, because he literally
Which is
takes
why he also never
almost
leaves.
400 years of our time to age 1 year.
Right.
Oh, okay, now it makes sense.
Wow, that's logic I can get behind. This makes no sense.
None.
Especially in season 1, when he gives up being Santa to go back to the real world to live in a shitty apartment and
Yeah.
work a job
At retirement age.
at retirement age.
I'm gonna go work for
yeah,
Amazon.
bro, you haven't worked in 30 years. So to the workforce in the real world, you're like dead.
No, they're
basically.
gonna make you like a greeter at Walmart.
They're like, you haven't paid your taxes for
Yeah,
30 years.
where you been?
You haven't been to work. You gotta, what? You're going to prison, bro.
Right.
Like,
and I know you're like, hey guys, it's a crazy Christmas thing, but like,
no, but if you're going to
if you
set
put
up that
kind
logic,
of thought into the first season, like all he wants to go back to be regular. They all just want to go back to their regular lives.
but the second
Where
he
the hell have
does,
they been for 30 years?
I know.
His wife included. Oh, you guys had kids? They're not on the record anywhere. Do they have social security cards? They can't go to school. They don't have any records, no medical, no shots, nothing.
nothing. They could have pulled them from the third fucking dimension and fourth dimension, and no one knows.
Yeah.
You're right. It's like, we're going to put you into, at the end of this season, you're like, I think you'll have a good time at college.
You're like,
But how?
how?
He hasn't been to,
They use elf magic?
he's never been to school.
Is this like Boss Baby? They're like, forget the baby. You know what I mean? Like, forget that he doesn't have a social security number.
He doesn't have an education, let alone a high school diploma.
He grew up eating gingerbread cookies.
How is he getting into a college? What the fuck are you
This is
talking
the
about?
Kris Kringle wing. We got a nice check from this man's father here, so we let him in, and he got this, like, what?
Yeah, because he's just going to pay to get his kid into school? What the fuck? Why would you? And it was such like a college. Here's looking at you, viewer. Shut the fuck. Stop talking to me.
And the reason we're going crazy about this is because these are details that the can of worms they opened
They
up.
set up.
These seasons didn't need to be here. They didn't need to have all of these weird. And I get it. Like, hey, let your kid do what they want to do.
Like, aren't
Don't
you
force
excited
your
that
kid.
the son of Santa is going to go to college? No.
Well,
I
no,
don't fucking care.
The lesson is like, let your kid be their own person.
Sure. Well, you can't
But
force
they
anything
did
onto
that
them.
The first season. That was the whole point of the first
And we
season
did that.
of the show.
And then this season starts and it's like, you're Santa and you're going to learn powers from
And then
Witch Lady.
And in the first season, it's not only like they're teaching where the kids are like, we don't want to do this. And then they bring in Cal Penn, and he's like, I don't really want to do it, until he's forced into doing it and becomes a terrible Santa. Not because he was a bad person, but because he initially didn't really want to do it.
No.
So it's like, you guys did this over and over in the first season. A and B plot all led to the same resolution.
And the first season is infinitely better than this dog
It's so
shit.
much better.
Can we talk about Eric Stone Street, our boy?
How wasted was he?
How wasted. That was the most thing we were excited for in this series, and it's so played back.
It's so
dialed
wasted.
down. It sucks. The role isn't good.
And now if they do a season 3, he's going to be in it a little bit to be buddies. So he'll be stopping by to say hi for 3 lines in 2 episodes. You
Yeah.
know they will.
I know.
And you're like, it's like an MCU thing. They destroy the villain and bring him back like half-ass garbage, and you're like, why?
Why was Gabriel Iglesias in this show? He doesn't become Santa.
Nope.
I thought he was going to have the Cal Penn role.
He can't convince his dad that Santa's real.
I don't know why he's in this
Like,
show,
there's, like, no
other than they
reason.
just like, we needed a
They need a
fucking
comic relief.
celebrity.
They need a comic relief.
We needed a celebrity. It could have been about my father guy. It could have been Sebastian Manis. It could have been fucking anyone. I like Fluffy. He's a funny
He's great.
dude.
He's hysterical.
But what a waste.
It's a waste.
What a bad actor in this he was. He was terrible in this.
And his character had no reason to exist. Like, why didn't at the end he decide, hey, let's get him up to the North Pole somehow.
He's at the North Pole.
You know what I mean? Like,
He's
let's get him.
Wow,
Like, as a job, like, let's make him an honorary elf. Let's figure out some kind of
right? No
thing for him to do.
He's gonna go back down to Earth and work with evil Santa to do
at
magic
their amusement
at their North Pole at Santaland. Fucking
real place in North Carolina. By
it's a
the
real
way.
place, Santaland. Yeah.
He didn't believe me. We drove by there, and it's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, it's Santaland. Clearly, Fluffy and Eric Stone Street are working there, so we
gotta
gotta
go see
pop
them.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
This was bad.
I don't know if I can give a thing a 0 out of 10. Unrated. Honestly, it's the biggest pile of dog shit I think my eyeballs have laid upon. And I vomited my stomach out.
You did. You've been sick. I will say this, as bad as it was, I still enjoyed it more than A Bad Guy's Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Seriously.
True. Okay.
I did.
Shit. I forgot about that.
Because you still have those
Do you like
few
the elves?
little things from the original movies that go, oh, yeah, I remember those movies. Those
Yeah.
were good movies.
When they're like, Curtis and Bernard left for Cribble Crabble
Yeah,
and never
and
came
you're
out.
like,
Like, oh.
I know them. Yeah. Oh, it's the mug. He drank out of the mug. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. They're like,
No, we didn't, by the way. Every movie has, there's fucking thousands of those fucking mugs. Charlie builds him the cookie dispenser, hot cocoa.
It's
There's
supposed to
2
be-
mugs.
I know.
There's 2 mugs.
But
The
those are the
fuck are you
things
talking about?
They know that they're losing you. When they're writing that, they're like, how many people are still going to be watching
That shit
this?
pissed me off, dude. Like, you can't retcon that bullshit. That's horrible writing, and you should be fucking
because
ashamed of
before,
yourself.
It was all about the snow globes. It
was all about the snow globes.
They do a
None.
whole movie where they have the secret locked away thing
This
where
doesn't.
all the
snow globes aren't in
exist.
this. They don't even do snow
No, now
globes.
we're to the hot cocoa mugs, and you're like,
Shut up. Fuck off. That's horrible writing, and you should
Stop.
feel bad.
They should.
Writer, I'm talking to you. Kill yourself.
Stop inventing new. Just go back to the snow globe. You guys have already built a cool mythology. Don't like now we're taking it in ways. No.
Yeah, he was trapped as a nutcracker for years, and there was also gnomes, and he was the leader of these, and also the elves and the gnomes and the elves, and they did
for
a
6
war. and-
episodes.
I don't care.
Guys.
Yeah, we don't have enough
6
time for that.
20-minute
You're not
episodes.
fucking Game of Thrones, bro. Chill.
Half-hour episodes.
We can't have a red wedding where we see all the gnomes and elves kill each other. We can't.
So I mean, if
it's
this
not
was
that
gonna
show.
be 10 episodes a season at 50-minute episodes, and we were going to do 6-7 seasons, and we were going to get real serious with the Santa Claus stuff, then okay, fine. I'm not even being funny. Like, cool, fine.
Yeah, like how he has type 3 diabetes from all the cookies and sugar that he fucking
You
eats
could
now.
do
yeah.
a million things.
Fucking anything, yeah.
But you're like, hey, you have 6 episodes at less than a half an hour an episode, and you have
Let's do an episode about Easter. What if they did Easter for an episode?
yeah,
What?
No, we don't need that.
What the fuck
We
are
don't
you
need
talking about?
So I'm going to give it.
Do Christmas. Fuck.
So I think I gave it a 3. I gave Bad Guys.
Oh my
a
God.
3. I'm going to give this a 3.5 just because it was slightly better.
If I was 3 on Bad Guys, this is a 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah. It's horrible.
It's
You
not
should
good.
feel bad for yourself. Whoever wrote this.
No more seasons.
Whoever signed off
No
for
more
this.
seasons.
You're a horrible person, and you should quit your career.
The most redeeming thing about this show are the super strange, weird person that got to have free range at the intro, and I want to shake his hand because he's enjoying his job. Am I not? That's like they went to you and said,
Yeah, it's me.
we're going to pay you $100,000 to do the intro.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Just use them.
reindeer, and he's like, and a snow globe.
I love it. They're dumb, but I love them because they're so stupid.
It definitely got better. The first season intro was fucking horrible. Yeah.
What am I looking at?
Season 2 is just like snowflakes and reindeer or whatever. It got better for sure. Yeah, 3.1.
there you go.
This
It's
is
not good.
bad. And again, I keep saying it, but whoever wrote this should feel bad.
It's bad.
You should not have a Writers Guild card.
No, it's
you
really
shouldn't
bad.
have a
We'll
Writers
take
Guild.
your spot.
You're horrible, and
if
you
that
should
person
feel
watches
ashamed.
video and goes, I challenge you to do it better.
Done.
Challenge accepted.
My ass could write something better. I could shove a pen up my ass and shit on a page, and it would be better than what you did.
Food poisoning again and write it while he's puking.
Yeah, I'll eat alphabet soup and vomit it, and it'll come out with a better fucking script than yours.
Bad.
Oh, it's horrible.
Really bad.
That being said, Dancing with My Elf is now my ringtone.
Having said that,
The first movies are classics. We're hard on this because it needs to be better. Again, you can't bring something back if you're going to bring it back at a fucking
right. And this makes people
F-tier
shit
level.
on 2 and 3 a little bit.
It makes
this
2 and
makes
3
those movies
miles better.
Holy God!
I guess I can thank it for that.
Yep.
Because it makes the third movie better. Because this is so much worse. All right, guys, comment. Tell us how much you disagree because you love doing that.
How does it feel to be negative all the time, guys? Feels good. It feels really.
It was brilliant. This is the best Christmas movie of all time. No one can change my mind on that. If you come in the comments and say we're wrong, I will fucking debate you till the sun goes down. Okay,
It's this one.
It's amazing.
There's not a lot of misses in this movie.
amazing.
Normally, we can come right, and we're already getting known for being over the top critical.
No. This
Even
is.
applying that,
I've had the soundtrack on for the past week, on loop for the past week.
he hates musicals.
I hate musicals, and this was fucking killer,
This is a
dude.
full-on musical.
This was killer, man.
This was a media musical. This wasn't where like every dialogue Hamilton style is sung, or the other depressing one where they're all.
This is Les Miserables.